I've watched thousands of entrepreneurs and coaches tell story on stage, and 90% of them make the same 3 mistakes that completely kill their impact. These aren't small. These mistakes are costing you clients, credibility, and conversions. I'm Nick Demas, Tony Award-winning Broadway producer and founder of Impact Academy and the Story Selling Lab. And this might be the most practical storytelling advice you'll ever get. Mistake number 1, and this is the biggest one, telling stories without a clear purpose or connection to your main message. I watch speakers launch into lengthy anecdotes that might be entertaining, might be personal, but when they end, the audience is sitting there thinking, so what? Who cares? Why did you tell me that? This happens because speakers choose stories based on what's memorable to them rather than what serves their audience. They pick the most dramatic moment from their experience, their life, without considering whether it actually reinforces their key point. So here's the fix, and it's surprisingly simple. Start with your message, then find the story. Before you tell any story, you should be able to complete this sentence. I'm telling this story because it shows that, and then state your main point. If you can't clearly articulate that connection, either find a different story or reshape the one you have. And here's the part most speakers miss. Make the connection explicit for your audience. Don't assume they can connect the dots. After your story, connect it back with this experience taught me this, or what this shows us is that. There must be a lesson, a golden nugget of wisdom. The most powerful stories aren't the most dramatic ones. They're the ones that make your point impossible to forget. Mistake number 2, making yourself the hero of every story. I see this constantly. Speakers position themselves as the brilliant problem solver, the person who saved the day in every anecdote. And you know what happens? The audience feels distant, not connected. Nobody wants to hear how amazing you are. They want to see themselves in your story. So what's the fix? Make the audience the hero, or show yourself as vulnerable in learning. Instead of, here's how I brilliantly solved this crisis, try, here's the mistake I made and what it taught me. Or here's the person that showed me that changed everything. If you're struggling with how to do that, watch my video on the hero's journey. The most compelling stories often show the speakers failing, they're struggling, or being transformed by somebody's wisdom. That's where real connection happens. And mistake number 3, this one breaks my heart because it turns gold into dust. Burying the emotional core. Speakers get so caught up in providing context and background that they rush through the actual moment of tension, the realization, the transformation, the part that makes people feel something. They'll spend 2 minutes explaining the setup. So I was working at this company and my boss was this type of person and we had this project, and then they breeze through the actual crucial moment in one sentence, something like, and I realized I was wrong. No, that moment, that's your story. Everything else is just packaging around it. And if you want to master the art of turning your business expertise into stories that actually convert prospects into clients, check out my Story Selling Lab. The link's in the description. Hit subscribe on this, and I'll see you on the next video.